about over the weekend, hail from the state of Minnesota, and they played together a lot, and very, very, very competitive team. And if you don't come into a tournament like this with your eyes wide open, you can get in trouble.
Andy Purcell, a Hall of Famer, on the mound tonight for Resmondo. There's a line drive out to left field. And a leadoff single for Decker, who gets aboard.
Xtreme defeated B&B Drywall earlier today to get here. Again, you know, these guys, you know, they're coming right off a pretty good weekend of softball over at Fortune Road, and you know.
Is that to their advantage or disadvantage, all the games that they have played going into this one?
I think with a couple days rest, these guys will be fine. The good thing about this tournament is if you stay in the winner's bracket, you're typically only going to play one game a day. So it's a little bit different format and everything, but it you know, I think the fact that they got to lather up and got a sweat going this weekend and got to play a game earlier tonight will help them.
How about this play out in right field by Izzy? We're looking for our top 5 plays of the night.
Wow. Looked like he
Dennis Palm now as Xtreme looks to score early, and I'm not sure against this Resmondo team what number you'd put up where you'd feel comfortable, because obviously the top seed Resmondo is going to be the home team as long as they're in this tournament, outside of that situation that there may be an if game.
You'll find that these, you know, obviously the lower seed teams, when they play a Resmondo or a Laser Vision, they're going to have to mark every inning. And they're going to have to take advantage of any errors that might be made or walks that are given, anything like that. They're going to have to take advantage of it. I would say, you know, they're going to have to score 3 or 4 runs an inning to have a chance to win this game, because you know the juggernaut Resmondo is and how they can score runs in bunches. So they're going to have to really, they're going to have to answer every time.
Todd Noonan to right. Izzy that time can't track it down, and we're going to see Xtreme score the first run of the ball game as Decker comes in and touches home plate, and they lead it 1-0.
And that was a pretty good play by Izzy right there, taking the bare hand there, making a nice play in the gap.
Matt McGowan will look to add to the totals. Walkout songs being played. And Matt O'Hare, who put them all together, is right here joining us in the broadcast booth, showcasing some of his other skills. He worked tirelessly this week to get everything done for the Men's Major World Series. Probably was the hardest working member of USSSA this week, getting everything done.
Well, he always works hard.
I'm not sure that there was anyone that worked any harder than he did.
I mean, he's comparable to like a Dennis Turner. I mean, he's a hard worker. I mean, he's gonna be around out and about. There's no doubt.
Dennis Turner from Louisville Slugger join us up here in the booth as well. 2 on, 2 out, and here's Chris Bauer.
Now, I will tell y'all folks out there listening that when Dennis was playing, I seen him hit many over in that 385 gap over there on this very stadium. So we don't want to get him riled up. He might grab him a bat and go down on the field.
Here's a pop out to Dennis Ruley. A run comes in for Xtreme. Ruley will lead things off for the #1 seed here in the Men's Major World Series, and the defending champs will have Resmondo at the plate when we come back to the USSSA Men's Major World Series.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
USSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-633-5747.
Last year we proved everybody loves a psycho. Can it get any better? It just did. This is Izzy from Team Resmondo. It's your 2014 Psycho. It's straight gas.
Here we are back at the USSSA Men's Major World Series. Courtney from Worth joining me. This is our vantage point, a beautiful press box, and this is about as good as it gets here. ESPN Wide World of Sports, the spring training home of the Atlanta Braves, and man, is it brilliant as you pull out, and even though there's two levels, still plenty of fans here, even in the upper deck, getting a chance to watch the ball game. You take a look down to the right, and the chairman of the board and CEO of USSSA, Don DiDonatis, so many great people here joining him tonight from the board of directors, having meetings all weekend. It's really just a great week of softball, a great week of meetings, and getting prepared for next year, isn't it?
Yeah, this is, to me, one of the most exciting weeks of the year. I mean, you got great softball. You get to see all your friends and teams and stuff from all over the country. It's truly the showcase of slow pitch softball, there's no doubt. And Cannell stepping in here, he's using the new Greg Cannell signature two-piece bat, which we just unveiling tonight. So let's see what the big man from Moultrie, Georgia does here.
And I'll tell you this, because I can vouch for it, you're going to see a couple of these brand new bats, and they got in their hands for the first time on Sunday night. That's how good these bats are. There's no special formula, magic tricks. They were swinging the bats for the first time when they shot the Worth commercial that we'll show you here going to the break. And, you know,
You can see
they're
how,
hot out of the wrapper, aren't they?
Yeah, you can see how that ball shot off that. I know that Sunday when they broke him out for the first time in batting practice, Greg hit 2 balls over the clock. So, yeah, they are good. Now we see pitcher Andy Purcell stepping up with the new Resmondo Purcell Don DiDonatis model, legit. And, you know, the guys have all been talking about how much they like them. And, you know, you'll have a few guys that are a little superstitious that probably will stick to their model from the season they've been using. But the guys really like them. The testimonies were pretty strong.
Well, it's hard, especially when you've played with something all season long, to go and trade right, especially here at the Men's Major World Series where there's so much on the line.
Right. Well, keep in mind, too, some of these guys just got into town late last night or this morning, too. So, but you can see that ball there by Andy is hit well and gone.
Over the left field wall. And Resmondo has their first lead of the ball game. Hall of Famer. Got a bunch of handshakes on the way in the dugout, right?
Yeah, he's, you know, I'll tell you, Andy's one of the guys that year after year at this tournament always seems to come up big with the long ball. And he got a hold of that one pretty good.
Jimmy Salas now is the hitter. 3-1 Resmondo lead. Bouncing ball. Nice play there at short.
Nice pick at first base, which we saw a lot of
Marvenko
this
was
past weekend.
like a gymnast there doing splits.
I'll tell you, he had a heck of a weekend defensively. He made some not only defensively but offensively as well.
So,
And he's not a normal first baseman. You know, he usually plays the outfield, so that's pretty impressive.
and man, do we see some brilliant plays by Dan Skelly out in center field. Bubba Mack at the plate.
Bubba's from the Panhandle of Florida. He's got some fast hands, that's for sure, and he's also swinging the new Resmondo Purcell DiDonatis legit. That ball smoked.
Going to the gap, and that one a line drive off the left field wall. He caught the wall on the fly, and it goes as a double. Not bad power.
No.
Showcased there by Bubba Mack.
No, he's probably one of the hardest hitters, you know, and you know, typically he doesn't hit the ball over to the other side of the field very often. So you have infields like you've seen when he was batting that are stacked against him, you know, trying to take that hole away from him, and he still hits it so hard that it gets through there. So, and of course, we all know he's got pretty good power. So.
Oh, almost a brilliant play made there at third base by Seth Brown. That one just scooted right past his glove, and Lee Powers on second with the double. It's amazing how much this is a game of inches at times, isn't it?
Yep, it could be the difference between winning and losing sometimes.
B.J. Falk at the plate.
B.J., one of the premier left-handed hitters in the conference. You know, not only possesses good pop at the plate, but can hit it about anywhere on this field that he wants to. He's another great backside hitter. As you can see right there, plays the game.
In the center, they'll hold Powers at third, and they're on the corners. And here's Jeremy Yates.
Jeremy hails from Lake City, Florida. One of the fastest players in the conference. Tremendous defensive outfielder, and of course, you know, you can't have enough left-handed hitters in your lineup, so he brings a lot to the table. And you can see that ball right there is hit well, but probably foul.
That one hit right over by the CEO's car. Not a good place to park there in the corner.
Me and Denny Helmer were walking in the stadium tonight. We noticed that. I said, I don't know if I'd park my new Suburban out there.
What a grab there made. They'll tag the bag and get out number 2. Brilliant defense made as they record out number 2. Chris Bauer lays out to make that play.
We saw Xtreme play absolutely off the charts defense on a softball field. Now you'll notice on this baseball field there, they're able to play a little bit deeper, which makes some of their talented glovesmen even better.
DeDonatis at the plate with 2 outs.
Junior hits a rope. That'll surely get Yates to third. Good swing by Junior there. And here comes Jeremy Eisenhower, and I believe Jeremy's swinging his new Mikan Psycho model, which is a one-piece design. And you know as well as I do too, Bernie, you've been doing these games long enough. These left-handed hitters, they sometimes have one thing in their mind, because this field typically is a left-handed hitter's paradise.
Do you call it Helmer's Wall if you're on Resmondo? That's the question.
No.
This one continues to sail back at the wall, and
Gone.
it is off his picture. A 3-run shot. I wasn't sure at first that it was going to have what it took to carry, and he took it right off of his smirk.
Might call it Izzy Alley.
He could.
I mean, here comes another speedster in the Resmondo lineup with Nick Santana. Again, another lefty. I think when John and Travis put this team together last year, they really laden this team with more left-handed hitters that got tremendous speed, and that's an automatic advantage.
Two away, but 8 in here in the first for Resmondo.
Nick also swings the new Connell Balanced Legit from Worth, and he unloads on that ball, and that guy's not going to get that one.
One hops over the wall, a ground rule double. That really hurts a player like Santana because I'm sure he would have been a third.
Oh, yeah. I have to say that Santana and Yates have some colorful footwear on. They've got like almost like a safety cone orange cleat on.
We know where they are, right? Isn't that
Yes.
the key?
Yeah.
And so Resmondo is batted around. There's his orange cleats.
Pretty snazzy. Here comes Dennis Ruley, who's pound for pound one of the best hitters in the conference.
He's going to fly it to right field, but it was a productive first inning for Resmondo. They tack on 8 runs, and they're up by 7 with an inning in the book here at the USSSA Men's Major World Series. We'll play 2 when we come back to ESPNY World of Sports.
I prepared all off season for this day. Thousands of swings got me right here. And I have the best slow pitch bat in my hands. The power of a lighter swing weight, stronger barrel, and extreme distance. Plus the superior feel of connecting with the only 3-piece bat in the game. Not to mention I want to leave that team standing on the field. So bring it.
Test.
USSSA is the world's premier sports organization with over 4 million participants. The top youth baseball stars compete at the Wilson DeMarini Elite World Series and the Louisville Slugger Championship, looking to qualify for the USSSA National Youth Championships. In fast pitch, the top teenagers are on the field with USA Select, and the best in the world are on the USSSA Florida Pride. Nationwide Conference USSSA provides the ultimate challenge in slow pitch softball. At every level, you play the best when you play USSSA. All right, it's all about the perspective. Nice place to watch a game. They're over on the hill. Bernie Gunther, Corny, DT. Got Worth and Louisville Slugger here in the booth for us, and Dan Skelly. This is the center fielder that didn't quite know that he was a center fielder until last week, and man, did he impress in the B World Series.
Yeah, one diving catch laying out, and then another one he snacked off the wall. It was unbelievable. He had a heck of a weekend, but he just got rung up by Purcell.
Ken Hawk behind home plate, our home plate umpire. Maybe we'll try to take another look at that called strike 3 a moment ago. Seth Brown at the plate with 1 away here in the top of the second inning. Brown back deep, and that's the second run of the ball game for Xtreme.
He hit that ball pretty good.
8-2. Lehman now the batter.
Here's the fly out. Jeremy Yates out there making the play. What'd you think of that there, DT?
Xtreme's going to have to come out in free swing, at least put 2 or 3 runs on the board this inning, or it's going to be a short-lived evening for them. Obviously playing the first game earlier, getting a couple at bats underneath their belt, they're just going to have to come out and let it fly and see what comes of it.
Bremer into center field, back, and that one is off the left field wall. How about the hops out there? And center field for Resmondo's Nick Santana. Man, he makes it look easy.
Yep. That typically would be an inside the park home run if you don't have a guy like him out there. It's like I said, if you go, between Yates, Santana, and Eisenhower, they've got a lot of speed out there, and these guys can track down about any ball and get it in quickly, which takes a lot of extra base hits away.
Well, with positioning, Andy moving them in the right spots and pitching to the defense, allows them to cut down the angles and fill in the gaps a little bit faster.
Aaron Lewicki, foul territory, third out. We press on to the bottom of the second here at ESPN Wide World of Sports. It's a 6-run Resmondo lead as they look to add to their tallies.
I can tell you about how hard I work. Brag about the long hours I've put in. I can show you my trophies, all the awards and accolades, but that's not me. I'd rather let my bat do the talking.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add vanishing deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
You SSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-633-5747.
It's the Men's Major World Series here from ESPN Wide World of Sports, and everywhere you turn, there's a baby. I know it's up past my little one's bedtime, but they're still enjoying some of the best slow pitch softball players in the game. Greg Kennell, first
there.
pitch swinging back deep, and it's
over
over the scoreboard.
That's amazing.
Like I said, he's done that about 15 times this week with that new bat. So, yep, that big man from Georgia hits it. There ain't no question.
As the clock strikes 9. He can only laugh, right?
I mean, that's probably estimated, what, 450?
Well, I'm going to tell you, first of all, we don't know where it landed, though. So it could be close to 500. That ball goes over that roof out there. There's another one. Needless to say, the New Worth bats are pretty good.
You got some good Louisville Slugger bats as well. We got to
Oh, sorry, I forgot DT you said. I'm sorry.
You're right. I mean, all the bats the manufacturers are making right now are good. It just gives the player, a choice of what bat they want to swing, whether it be a multi-piece bat or a one-piece bat. But there's manufacturers that create the bats that's going to complement your swing. So it just comes down to personal preference.
Right.
And which one you like, which one you feel comfortable with, and which one performs best for you. So.
And, we get asked a lot as promotional or sales or whatever, the many hats I've worn at Worth here. But we get asked a lot of times, why do you guys have 6 or 7 bats? Well, DT just answered that. You got a lot of different swings, a lot of different preferences, balanced and loaded. 2-piece, 1-piece, stiffer profile, a little more flex. I mean, there's a lot of dynamics in play that make us do what we do. So it's you got to have them. You got to have them for you don't want to miss any customers out there. And it's as well as I do, it's very competitive. DT.
Bubba Mack.
Wow.
Over the flags.